Hi everyone. Next we will study basic concepts of OOP. So, what are the basic concepts of OOP? So, first one is object, second one is classes, third one is data abstraction and encapsulation, fourth one is inheritance, fifth one is polymorphism, sixth one is dynamic binding, and seventh one is message passing. So, we'll see one by one. What do you mean by object? What do you mean by class first? Then we'll move further. So these are OOPS concept. So what do you mean by object? So this one is most important in object-oriented programming language because all the operations are done with the help of objects only. If the objects want to communicate with each other, so one object wants to communicate with another object, those objects should be communicate with the help of functions. That's why objects are very important in object-oriented programming language. So what do you mean by object? So definition of object is objects are the basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system. So what do you mean by object? Objects are the basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system. So object is also called as an entity that has state and behavior. So if the entity having state and behavior is known as object. So understood? What do you mean by object? Objects are the basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system. Or object we can also call as any entity that has state and behavior is known as object. So if an entity contains state and behavior is known as an object. So example for objects is they may represent person, place, bank account, table of data or any item that the program must handle. So examples are person, place, bank account and all other details. So those examples should be an entity, that is real-time entity. So the fundamental idea behind object-oriented approach is to combine both data and function into a single unit, and these units are called as object. Now, what is the fundamental idea behind object? So, the approach is to combine both data and function into a single unit. So, approach is to combine both data and function into a single unit, and these units are called object. So, understood what do you mean by object and what do you mean by what is the idea behind the object and what are the examples. So objects are basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system. So or an entity that has a state or behavior is known as object. Example, person, place, bank account, some other details. So what is the fundamental idea behind the object-oriented approach is to, it will combine both data and functions and it will make it a single unit. And these units are called as objects. So basically, object contains data and functions in a single unit. So, object contains data and function in a single unit. It's called as object. So, there are two ways of representing an object. See here, there are two ways of representing an object. Example here. So, I have considered object as a student here. I have considered object as a student. So student is a real-time entity. So it contains data and function. So in data, name is there, date of birth is, marks is there, and functions are total, average, display. So the goal of the object is it will combine data and function together. So it is combining data and function together. So this is one way of representing an object. Second way of representing object is, see here, student is acts as an object and this one is, it will call a function. So this one is also one way of representing an object. These are two ways of representing an object. So usually object combine data and function together. So main objective or main fundamental of object is it will combine data and function in a single unit. So as shown in a diagram, it is combining data and function in a single unit. These are two ways of representing an object. So next we'll move further. What do you mean by class? So what do you mean by class usually? So a group of objects that share common properties for a data part and some programs part are collectively called as class. So a group of objects share common properties for a data part and some program part are collectively called as graph, or it is also called as basically logical entity and mainly collection of object. Class usually will call it as collection of a object based on logical entity. So what do you mean by class? So it is a combine or collection of object based on logical entity. So similar logic entity will collect and make it as class. We'll collect the same logic entity object and make it as a class. So or you can call it as class is a blueprint of a data and function. So class is a blueprint of data and function or a method. So these are three definitions of a class. So class is, it contains a group of objects that share common properties for a data part or some part of a program. Collectively, these objects are called as class. So, or some, a class is basically logical entity and mainly a collection of objects. Or class is a blueprint of a data and functions. So, what is the example for class? So, take an example. I have taken fruit. So, I have taken fruit, and in that I have taken mango here. So, I have taken fruit and mango. Here, class is acts as a fruit. Fruit is acts as a class and mango is acts as a object. So fruit is acts as a class, mango is acts as a object. So suppose I have written a fruit, mango, orange, apple. So mango, orange, apples are act as an object, fruit is acts as a class. So these are examples for a class. So understood? So one more example I will give. If I take a bank, in bank I have mentioned account number, account name, some other details. So account is acts as, a bank is acts as a class, account number and some other details acts as an object. So understood? These are example for class. So understood what do you mean by object and what do you mean by class? We'll revise once again. In next class we'll study about data encapsulation. So here, what are the basic concepts of OOP? There are mainly 8 types of basic concepts of OOPs are there. First one is object, second one is classes, third one is data abstraction, fourth one is encapsulation, fifth one is inheritance, sixth one is polymorphism, seventh one is dynamic binding, and last one is message passing. So in this session we have studied about objects and classes. Once again I will revise what do you mean by object and what do you mean by class. Next class we will move on the data encapsulation and data abstraction. So what do you mean by object? So objects are the basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system. So objects are the basic runtime entities in an object-oriented system, or any entity that has state and behavior is known as object. So if an entity contains behavior and state, that is also called as a object. So examples for object is person, place, bank account, some other details. So what is the fundamental idea behind the object-oriented approach is to, it will combine both data and function into a single unit. That single unit contains the functions and data in it, and these units are called objects. So fundamental idea behind object is, it will contains or it will combine both the data and function into a single unit, and these units are called objects. So there are two ways of representing an object. So here I have taken object as student. It is combining both data and function. In data, name, date of birth, marks are there. In function, total, average, displays. So it is combining these details in a single unit. So this is one way of representing an object. Second way is, I have mentioned here student. It is object total average display. You need to mention what are the functions are there in that belongs to that object. What are the functions are there belongs to that object, you need to mention it. So with the rectangular box. So these are two ways of representing an object. So next one is class. So usually class is a group of objects with same logic entity. If all the objects are contain same logic entity, we'll make it as group, then we'll make it as one class. So or else you can call it as class is a blueprint or data, blueprint of data or and functions. So and here example is fruit and mango is there. Fruit is act as a class and mango is acts as a object. So in next class we will study about data encapsulation and data abstraction. Thank you.